Did you know that we can deploy an auto-healing app in Kubernetes using auto-healing feature of K8s? So in the cloud train, we learn same. Here we are going to see how we can deploy an auto-healing app using Kubernetes. So I have one Google Kubernetes engine cluster running on my GCP platform, this cluster one, and I'm going to connect to it. Copy the connect command, and I will be using Cloud Shell terminal to deploy everything here. Let's connect to the cluster, and whatever things I have deployed, I'm going to use namespace web. In this namespace, I'm going to deploy all my website resources. Right? So this namespace exists. Let's see what else exists in this namespace. It should be empty first of all. Get all -n web. So this namespace do not have any resources. We are going to deploy here fresh. What I'm going to deploy here can be checked in the web.yml that I have created as a manifest file. It can be of any name. And this YAML is going to create one deployment with my application container image that you can see here, DevOps demo. And this will be creating one replica first of all and depict the behavior of the application with one replica means one instance of server. One pod in Kubernetes is equal to one instance of one server instance of your application deployment. That's what we are going to achieve here. And we will be using one cluster IP service to expose this application internally inside the cluster. And then we will use ingress actually to expose my application outside the cluster using this cluster IP service internally. So this ingress you can see is going to map the path slash means all paths to this my website service that is of cluster IP type and running on connecting my deployment on port 80. Correct? So let's go and apply this deployment in namespace web. kubectl apply -f web.yml. And one more thing you can see here, all resources are going to be created automatically inside the namespace web because this is mentioned in the manifest. For every resource I have mentioned this. So this is going to automatically apply in created in web namespace. kubectl apply -f web.yml. It will take few seconds only to create all the resources. Your deployment, your service, your ingress has been created. You can list all the resources using the previous command, get all, and you need to mention ingress also to list the ingress as well. So check all the resources has been created and what is their status. Your pod has been created and running. One pod replica has been mentioned. In the deployment, you can see one. So that has been created. Your cluster IP service has been created. Your replica set and inside deployment has been created. And your ingress has also been created. But ingress has not been assigned any IP, external IP using which I want to access my application. So I need to wait for it. Let's put a watch, get ingress. I will put a watch on the ingress in web namespace so that I can monitor until it gets an IP assigned. This will take approximately 1 minute for the GK ingress to assign the public IP to this ingress. Let's wait for it. The moment the IP gets assigned, I will be able to see a new entry here with some changes with the IP entry or something. If it fails, if it gets IP assigned successfully, these all things will reflect here because I have put a watch in the command. In GK ingress, it takes few minutes. So based on the speed of the cluster, based on the nature of the cluster, and based on the availability of IP, your IP assignment to the ingress will take a minute or two, and you can see your public IP has been assigned here for the ingress, right? Let's try to access my service, my application on this ingress IP. So you can, when you try to hit this ingress, first of all, then you will see the ingress has been assigned, but backend services still need to be mapped using URL map, and for this again you need to wait for a minute or two for your complete ingress configuration. Rules need to be applied using backend configs and URL maps inside GK ingress. So you need to wait a minute or two and rest everything will be done. So after a few minutes, you will see your website has been deployed and accessible using the ingress IP. You can, this website actually uses one URI, DevOps IQ, to get access the main content. This is your index page residing here, and this web page has been completely accessible, and that means your website is accessible on this Kubernetes cluster. What we can do, we are going to check the auto healing feature. If we deploy this pod, whether this website will be able to recover or not. Let's go and delete this pod. Delete pod -n, pod name and -n web. Don't forget to mention the namespace, and you can see this is getting deleted, and intermittently your website will not be accessible here. Meanwhile, you can also monitor the status of pods. What is happening in the background? We can see using get pod -n web, and we can put a watch here also to see what is happening. You can see the one I deleted is terminating, and the other one is has just started, and my website should be again accessible. And this way we can see our Kubernetes is auto healing in nature. But using one replica, it took some time to, because until the next pod becomes available, my website may be down for a few seconds. We can overcome this as well. How? Let's go again and deploy my application with some more replicas. How we can do it? We can just increase replicas more than one. And this is how we achieve high availability inside my Kubernetes application deployment. So now my application will be load balanced between these three instances of pods. Let's apply it again. kubectl apply -f web. Correct? If you go and check your pods, now you see 3 pods have been created, right? That's like a magic. With simple things, you can see your websites and everything is accessible that you deploy on the Kubernetes cluster. If you go and check your website is running, let's try and go and delete one pod. Delete pod -n web. And even if you have deleted, you can see one pod is terminating, right? And one new has been created immediately, and your website is never down. So this is the magic of Kubernetes, and this kind of magic, real-time scenarios we implement in our cloud train trainings. What else we learn here in Kubernetes DevOps training? We cover with you a lot of learnings in the Kubernetes and other topics like Git DevOps and Jenkins. Every topic, every module that we cover a lot of top topics. Like in Kubernetes, we cover you with the Kubernetes installation, deployment, exposing your application using services internally or externally, and exposing your application using ingress as well, the way we did just now. And we cover auto healing feature of Kubernetes, rolling upgrades, zero downtime upgrades that are called ZDT, and we also cover auto scaling and Kubernetes dashboard also. So this is how we cover everything in detail inside our cloud train DevOps training, completing all modules in detail from basics till advanced. For more details, you can contact our cloud train team on this number and email.